Alright, so before we get started here, let's take a spin around the board. Business Lady Zombie over here. One supply counter there. Oh, forgot to throw his out there with him. Got the business guy with his briefcase supply counter. We've got our white shuttle van with some Red Cross supplies on top of there. In the corner we've got our wooden Blacklight Studios wooden fence set. There's the bar with an Orioles fan stumbling out, trying to wash away the woes of the season that they just got done with. There's the Blacklight Studios bus stop with the Mantic fences, another barricade and supply counter back there. The police car, of course, with the police bag of guns on top of it. We'll see if we can't get all 5 of these and then make it back here to our board edge and hop back off for the win. We're going to start out with Brian Blake, 35 points. And for this mission, he's going to start with a Beretta 92, which is going to give him a 10-inch ranged attack. It's going to cause mayhem if we do decide to shoot it, but we'll have double white dice. This one says you can use the entire supply deck alongside the solo event deck. So, as you can see right there, that is 5 expansions, the core set, and the Prelude to Woodbury supply cards. So hopefully we'll get a pretty good mix of stuff coming out of that. Alright, so we are going to start out here by having Brian make noise. Now, this might seem like a crazy tactic here, but let's see how this is going to work out. So Brian is going to scream to attract this walker here in the middle of the board to move up 6 inches. So this guy's going to come right up and get in Brian's face, make a 6-inch move. Brian is then in turn going to run a full 8. So he'll go 2 inches around that guy and then continue his move just on that side of that supply counter right there. Finish out at about a full 8 inches. Now, because he did that, that walker is going to be locked down there towards the front of the board. Now, he's a little bit closer to this business lady over here. She's going to be attracted to the noise. Come see what's going on for turn 2. Alright, so after the movement phase, we're going to do the kill zones. And you can see there that everyone else is out of the kill zone. So we'll go straight to the event card. First event card is going to be an alarm. So choose a car. One with no survivor within 6 inches, and the car alarm is going to start going off. It's going to cause mayhem at the end of every turn, and we have to touch the car and use a search action to shut it off. So we'll put that off to the side right there. Let's pick, I guess, the police car, and we're going to have that start making noise. So the siren's going up on the police car now. It's going to attract in all of the walkers that are within 10 inches of it. It's going to set the threat tracker up 1. So that is now on 2. And anyone within 10 inches of this police car, unengaged, is going to start moving towards it. So we're going to have the police lady over here. Going to run into it. The guy back here, he's within 10, so he's going to come up 6 and get to about right there. And then this guy down here at the front of the table, also going to move in 6, slam into the backside of the car right there. So, not exactly how I wanted to start out the game, but the event deck does what it wants. So, that was the event deck. We'll go into melee. So, because there is melee, threat tracker is going to go up 1 again. So we're now at 3. Brian is going to attack. So he's going to be rolling 1 white die against the walker's 1 red die. So Brian will have 1 white. Walker will have 1 red. We'll just roll them together down here. And Brian wins. So because we didn't get the headshot, the walker's just going to be knocked back and prone. Like that. She's the only one that's prone. So what we'll do now is we'll roll to see if she gets back up before we end the turn. So on a star, she's going to stay down. On a blank, she gets back up. And she's going to get back up. She stands back up. And she's ready to come out the next turn. That's the end of the turn. Because we're playing solo, threat goes up again. We are now at threat level 4. And we are now into low. So, start of turn 2. Brian is going to first search the briefcase right here. So we'll take that. We'll draw a supply card and pick up the Burning Brand. Since this item may not be stored in a pack. Okay, we'll take the Burning Brand. And then for his second action, we are going to continue to bring this lady here with us by, actually, we're within sneak distance of that marker. So we'll sneak over there. Maybe we can be out of kill zone. It doesn't look like it, but maybe. Okay, so with kill zone, we'll check for that now. Because the car alarm is still going off, that's going to cause mayhem. So the threat counter goes up again, 1. So we're now at 5. And this guy is now going to be in contact with the police car. So that's going to be a pain to clear that out to get that supply token off of there. But maybe we can pull it out. We'll see. So now we go to event card. This event card is Feeding Frenzy. Roll the black die for each survivor engaged in melee. On a star, the model loses 1 health point. There are no models add 1 to the threat counter. So, Brian is in combat. We are going to roll the black die. And he gets a blank. So, keeps all his health this game. But because we're in melee, threat goes up 1 to 6. Brian is going to attack this turn, so he's going to get a 1, and the walker will get 1 in defense. So again, Brian, walker. So Brian is now bitten, and he loses 1 point of health. So we'll lose a point of health. Flip that guy over there to bitten. Come back up here. And I get pushed back an inch. That's going to be the end of the turn. So before we do that, let's roll to see if the new bite spreads with the infection. And again, I play bad is good, blank is bad. So blank is bad. Infection spreads, and we are now down to 3 health. It's the end of the turn. That means that the threat counter is going to march on again, and we are at 7. Start of the next turn. Brian is now going to search second supply token. Hopefully get something better than a Burning Brand. and gets emergency supplies. Immediately restore 1 health point lost earlier in the game to the searching model and all friendly model survivors within 6 inches. So that's cool. So we'll discard that. But because of the supplies, Brian found something to give him back a point of health. So we'll take that all day long. So that's one action. Second action, you're now going to sneak, and we'll make it just to the van. It's just within 4 inches. So we can sneak up here, not attract her, and move into the kill zone. So kill zone, we're still within her kill zone, just barely. Just barely. So now she comes back up again. This is the 3rd time we fought her. So we'll see what happens this go round. Ideally we can just push her back, grab this, run over there, and then have to worry about clearing out that police car. But we set this police car over here, and the siren is blaring on that thing, just causing mayhem every turn, which is going to continue to drive up that threat counter. So now, threat goes to 8. Next event, too quiet. So we're on low. Well, we automatically go +1, which puts it at 9. So now we're at medium. The groans get louder and add 2 more to the threat level. So 10, 11. Solo deck is brutal. If you saw the first game, you know what I'm talking about. That solo deck will absolutely destroy you. Alright, so we go into melee. Melee is going to push the threat up again, 1. So the threat goes up 1 to 12. And Brian's just going to defend. He's just got to get her away long enough so he can get over there to get those supplies and get the next set of supplies. So Brian's defense is going to be 2 red against the walkers, 1 red. So we'll roll his defense first. It's a solid roll. And then the walker's attack is 1. So we can at least defend. Get that going. So we'll take her, knock her back 1. And no one's knocked down, so we don't need to roll to see when it gets back up. But the threat goes up again, 1. And now we're at 13, just about to move into high threat. Brian's going to start panicking. And we've only got 2 out of 5 supply tokens. So I don't know about this one. Alright, start of the next turn. Brian is going to search this supply token. He's going to take the Red Cross supplies from the van. And we're going to pick up a grenade. So this might help us clear out that police car. So 1 use and adds double red to a ranged attack roll. Second action, we're going to have to get away from the walker down here. So let's just lay that guy out there. Let's see how far we can make it. We are going to run a full 8 to try and get over there. That is going to attract a walker, so we'll probably get this guy down here in the Orioles t-shirt. He's going to shamble back and get into contact with Brian. So we get 1 walker off the police car, unintentionally. Kill zones, still just got the 2 walkers on the police car. The other walker, they're all by herself now. So we'll go event card again. The event card is roamers. So we are now at medium. Roll blue and move that many eligible walkers towards the nearest survivor. Alright, so we are going to roll 2. Alright, so we roll a 2. And this is how we're going to do this. We're going to bring this walker back here 6 inches, so she's going to make it in contact with Brian. And that guy down there is just going to slam into the car again. So he's going to go 2, 6. He's going to wind up just outside. Alright, so we're going to come down here now. Because we have melee, threat is going to go up all the way up to 14. And we're now in high threat. I will come up here. Brian's going to be in melee with these 2 walkers up here. So he's going to have to defend. So Brian is going to defend. So we're going to roll 2 red. It's not horrible. Against first walker. Second walker. Against 1. So he actually wins combat by 1. So Brian wins combat by 1. So push 1 back. Knock 1 down. So not bad. Now we'll roll to see if she gets back up here. And of course she does. It's going to end the turn, and threat is now at 15. So, start of the next turn. We are now in high threat. So because Brian is medium, we now have to check his panic. So, we'll roll yellow. Let's see what we get on here. Berserk. Threat's going to move up by 1, so we're now at 16 threat. And Brian's going to get an extra red if he decides to attack. So instead of having Brian attack, what we're going to wind up doing is we're going to get him to sneak around the back side of this barricade, like so, and we're going to try and lower the threat. Because I get both my actions, I may as well. We'll roll the black die, see if we can drop the threat by 1. And we do. So now we're back up here with Brian. We'll check the kill zones. Pretty sure he's outside of everyone this go around. No, he actually just catches the police lady right there. So she is going to make her way around there to him. She moves into base contact. That was the kill zone. So now we'll go event card. So our event card is the hunger, which we're going to go +1 threat up to 16 now. And as in medium threat, which says roll blue and move that many eligible walkers towards the nearest survivor. So let's do that part first. So we do that and roll 2. So let's just move both of these guys. So barricade, barricade. Don't move the barricade yet. Just run into it. So they both run into the barricade. And then the second part of the card says all prone walkers immediately stand up. No one's prone, so we're good with that. So now, if you remember from the panic roll earlier, I rolled the Berserk result, which gives me an extra red die added to my melee. So now when I attack this walker, I'm going to get a white base melee and a red bonus to attack against the walker's single red. White basic and red bonus for my attack. And we totally blank it. Alright, here's the walker's attack. 2 and another bite. Now, at this point, you probably realize that I've been failing to roll for the infection, and I apologize for that. But now, I have another 1, 2, and we'll roll for the bite at the end of this turn. So now we're back up here. I lost combat, so I'm going to push back 1. And now I'll roll for my infection. With the infection, remember, bad is good, blank is bad. Bad is good. Alright, so we still have our 2 health. Alright, so we're going to end that turn. Threat's going to go up 1 more. It's going to be on 17. So this is probably going to be the last turn of the game. Definitely not going to pull this one out. You can kind of see it foreboding there on the fence behind Brian where it says, it's too late, we're all dead. So, in Brian's last hurrah, we are going to have to start out by rolling the panic die to see what we get to do this turn. So we're going to roll the scream face, which is going to make noise, and then take 1 more action, plus 1 to the threat. So get back up here. Brian rolled the scream. He's not quite the governor yet. He's not too sure of himself. He's starting to panic. He screams out loud. This police officer comes up, gets all in his face, and from there it says to add plus 1 to the threat. So we're going to add 1 more to the threat. That's going to hit us at 18, and that's going to be the game right there. Alright guys, well that's going to be it. Brian has maxed out the threat counter. We wound up collecting 3 out of the 5 supply tokens, but again, between the event deck and with how quickly the threat tracker ramps up in solo play, it's really, really tough to make it around the board, especially grabbing 5 supply tokens. Again, what would you do different? What did I do wrong? Please guys, let me know. What do you think about the board setup? What do you like? What do you not like? Please comment below and like and subscribe.